Hey, what's up, guys? So yesterday was an amazing day again. I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm not going to get into very much detail here, but there was only two things that didn't happen. The Cubs, they did win the game, but they didn't cover the spread. They won by 1 run. So that was 2 games in a row where we won with the Cubs, but they didn't cover the spread. So they hit on every other metric except the spread. So that was a killer. And then the other one was the Pirates. They went off at the end. I don't know. They scored like 6, 7 runs in 1 inning or something crazy like that. And then that dude Falefa, he's on the Pirates, and he ended up getting 3 RBIs, like I mentioned, because they scored like 9 runs or something crazy. So, anyways, it was a little off. It was ridiculous the way that happened, but it happens. Anyways, it was a 9-2 day. It was great. So, two things I wanted to mention before I start. I'm gonna hook you guys up with actually 2 plays in baseball, and I have a bunch of batter props that I want to go through. I have not done the research on the batter props. What's up? Good morning. I have not done the research on the batter props. I'm going to do them right in this video. So if you're interested in that, let's stick around for that. But like I said, I'm gonna just kind of go over 2 little things real quick. Number one, I want to talk about resilience. Okay, there was very many weeks, many months where it was bad. Okay, it was losing, 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 and you just got to stick to it, and you have to do unit sizes and stuff like that. So somebody in the video yesterday said that that you can go 8-2 and still lose money, depending on your unit size. The reason that is because one of the slips that I was showing, I don't have it in front of me, but it showed $50 to win 9. And it's true. I mean, I've said it in the past. I said, I won 6. I said I won 6 and I lost 3. But even though I won 6 and lost only 3, like the odd number like that, I still lost because of the odds. I've mentioned that. So pay attention to that. The reason he was saying that is because one of the batters didn't bat, so I only got paid out for 1. I hope that makes sense, guys. So, anyways, let me get into it. Also, I couldn't sleep last night because I got flagged for the video that I posted yesterday. And if you guys know my story with TikTok, it's very disheartening when I put this much effort into something and then they flag me. And so I got to be very careful with what I say and do. If you see the way I was talking yesterday or whatever, I deleted the video because I was saying very, very specific stuff that's kind of reserved for professionals and for adults. So I'm going to keep it at that. I'm not going to say it anymore. The bottom line is what I'm trying to say is that resilience, you got to stick to it. You got to learn what you're doing and just stick to it, and it'll pay off in the end, I promise. And the last thing I wanted to say is one of the scrapers actually broke. So it's been taking me a lot longer to come up with this stuff. But like I said, it's resilience, and I do it every day. If you guys are here, sometimes I make a video, sometimes I don't. I post all my stuff on the free stuff pretty much every day. So go to the pinned comment or go in the description, and it's right there. You can go get the free stuff right there. All right, that's it. I'll stop talking about that. Now let me get into the stuff that happened really quick yesterday. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a recap first, very quickly. I'm gonna show you the 9 hits. Then it was 2 losses. Like I mentioned, it was that Falefa guy from the Pirates. He ended up getting 3 RBIs, which he should not have gotten any, but he got them at the end because they made a massive run. And then the Cubs didn't cover the spread. But besides that, it was a great day. If you guys are anywhere else besides YouTube, come to Beast Sports Picks and subscribe there. Also, guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. All right, let me get started here. All right, so let me start here real quick. We had the Oilers inside the VIP. That hit pretty easily for us, so that was good. The Mets, I took them at a -1.5. I actually mentioned that if you guys, we had 5 people in the free channel. We actually got about 3, so that's cool, but we didn't hit the 5. I was going to share this one. I didn't end up sharing it because we didn't get the 5. Then we had Julio Rodriguez. I said this guy was kind of risky because they tend to walk him more, but I gave this one away for free. This dude I gave away for free as well on yesterday's video. This guy I gave away for free. Notice this guy, he got 2 hits. We only needed him to get 1 hit. Same with this guy. He got 2 hits. We only needed him to get 1 hit. That's what I'm trying to say here. The Cubs won the game, but they did not cover the spread. But I took them on other slips. So Dodgers hit for us pretty easily right there. It was no sweat the entire game. This was one of the another one that I took with the Cubs. Now I want to point something out. If you're using one team or one player to bring down your odds, make sure you don't do more than two or three slips at the most. Because if they kill it, like for example, if the Cubs would have killed it, it would have smashed three of my tickets. I hope that makes sense, guys. If not, ask the question. And then we had the Yankees right there, but it was a push. They were winning the game pretty easily, and then the Angels came back at the end, and you can see right there, this is like towards the end of the game. They were still winning. It was pretty much a done deal, and then these guys came back and scored two. So they ended up breaking even right there. So it was a good day overall. So let's see. So Tea Time says, I can't believe the Cubs came back and won that game. I took a lot on the ML. Yeah. Morning chat and Beast, the Colorado and Cubs game was wild. I didn't end up watching the game. I was busy with other stuff, and I was actually taking a break. I had to take my car to fix and stuff like that. So I didn't watch the game. But a lot of people are saying it was a good game. So yeah, they ended up winning. It was good. It was good. It was very cloudy. It was raining. It was like drizzling, and then it was very, very. What can I say? What's the damn word I want to use? So there was a lot of wind. That's what I should say. So I know that affected the game. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to hook you guys up with two plays in baseball, and then I'm going to go through the batter props just exactly how I look at them. I have not started the research. This is the guy that works with me in the morning. He sends me this data right here, and then I still got to filter it out and kind of go from there. I'm going to do this with you on this video. I'm going to show you my process here. But again, guys, I have not looked at this until right now. And then this is the under RBIs. Again, you can see the list here. It's not that many batters, okay? I filter them out. We get a lot of stuff. So this is the actual scraper. It brings us all this information. I'm not going to get into all those details, but let me get here. I'll come back to this after I'm done with the two plays that I'm going to hook you guys up with. So the first one, guys, this is something called the Sharp Edge. The link is in the description. It's called the Sharp Edge, and you'll get this data in the morning. So check this out. It's already done. Like I said, one of the scrapers was broken, so it's taking me longer to do it, but it's already done. So I'm not going to get into super detailed here, but it does get very detailed. This is the starting pitcher for Seattle, 4.23 ERA with a 5.1 innings average. So he pitches about 5 innings. Compare that to Trevor Williams, 7.66 ERA. He only pitches about 4 innings. That's a massive 3.43 ERA difference for Seattle. That's massive. That's a huge difference. Bullpen edge is massive also towards Seattle. So not only is the starting pitcher very advantageous here at a 3.43 difference. Again, it's right here, 3.43 difference. The bullpen is also very massive. So if you guys don't know baseball, the bullpen means the relief pitcher. And in baseball, the pitching is very important. It's one of the most important. So some batters are so massive that they use some of these pitchers as batting practice. So this is kind of what this is right here. If the pitcher sucks and the team is great, they're going to smash them. And that's pretty much what this is right here. There's a huge difference in the starting pitcher for Seattle compared to Washington. And then the bullpen. So meaning after the starting pitcher is out, the bullpen comes in and then they suck as well. Compare this right here, 2.37 ERA. Compare that to the bullpen, 4.85. Again, for baseball, the lower the number, the better. Okay, it's not like in basketball or any, some sports are different. But in baseball, the lower the ERA, the better. All right, so Seattle's bullpen is 2.73. Compare that to Washington is 4.85. They allow a bunch of runs right here. So, sorry, these guys allow 4.23 runs, and the bullpen over here, they allow almost 7 runs. That's almost almost 3-run difference in 9 innings. There's a better record right here. They're number 1 in the American League West, and then these guys are 4th in the National League East. The Mariners just won 9-1 yesterday, so they beat them. They literally beat them yesterday. Okay, 74% chance that the Seattle's going to take this. They're massive favorites at a -200. So Seattle. So the way I'm taking this, I'm not going to show my slips anymore because of what happened yesterday with my video. But basically, I'm taking Seattle at a -1. Like I mentioned, I cannot show my slip anymore. So, anyways, I'm taking Seattle at a -1 to get the juice down. The data shows Washington is both horrible starting pitcher, like I mentioned, and also the backup is not good at all. So bad pitching to start, bad pitching throughout the game. Also, they have Julio Rodriguez, which hits a lot of home runs, and like you saw in my slips from yesterday, Julio Rodriguez got hits off of them yesterday as well. So, all right, that's the first one, guys. Seattle -1. I hope you guys like that. What do you think about the Cubs? Let's see. He's saying, what do you think about the Cubs, Phillies, Yankees, Seattle? I like the Yankees. I'm taking Seattle. Phillies didn't come up for me at all. And the Cubs didn't come up for me today either. So what I mean by not come up for me, what that means is that I use something called the process of elimination. So let me kind of explain something, then I'll get into this game, and then I'm going to do the batter props. But basically, I use something called the process of elimination. So I'll start at the beginning, and I'll look at all the games, and then I look at which ones have line moves and where the head-to-head is favored, and then I filter out a lot of games at that point. Then I look at the pitching, and then I filter out it's like a funnel, and then the pitching determines that, and then the recent trends, then the insights, then the head-to-head, then where they're playing, if they're playing at home, on the road, the injuries. So literally, it just starts filtering out like a bunch of games, and at the end, I come up with maybe one or three or four plays, but it starts with like 17 games. And that's what I mean by it doesn't come up for me. So something happened within the Phillies and the Cubs, whatever you asked there, where it made me stay away from them. I hope that makes sense. So here we go. If you guys are, let me see, there's about 47 people on X. There's one on Twitch. I can't see how many people are on Instagram. But go to the link, go to the beastsportspicks.com if you're on those channels, or go to YouTube and type that in, Beast Sports Picks, and make sure you subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe as well. All right, let me get into the Yankees. So Tony asked about the Yankees as well. I do love the Yankees today. I did take them. I can't remember what the hell I did with them though. Let me pull it up for myself and see what I took them at. So I'm not going to bullshit you. Let's see. So, yeah, so I took the Mariners at a -1. So I just looked at my slip. I can't show my slip, but I'll tell you what I went with. So Yankees should win this game. It's pretty straightforward. Bullpen edge, just like I mentioned in the other game. This represents a 3-run differential. What this means in the last last few games they've had, there's a 3-point differential here. So they've already played each other. Yankees just swept the Angels 5-1 and 3-2 in the same venue 24 hours later. The team quality Yankees are 34-20 compared to the Angels are not even a 500 team. Yankees are 15-4 in the last 9 games, and they're 8-1 as favorites. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So the Yankees, in the last 19 games, they've won 15 games. And in the last 9 games, they've won 8 games. I hope that makes sense. So Yankees hitters have proven success against this pitcher. Let me actually show you that. So let's see. This is pretty simple. You go here. We look at, let's take a look. Yankees. So we go to Yankees here, and you can see Yelich, or what is this, Kukichi? I don't even know how to pronounce that. But this is the opposing pitcher down here, okay? And what it's saying here is that these batters have already hit off this dude. And that's what it's talking about. This guy has gotten 1 hit. Judge has gotten 5 hits. Bellinger has gotten 1 hit. Volpe has gotten 3 hits. And LeMahieu has gotten 8 hits. So the only guy that has faced them 4 times and didn't get anything is this guy here, Peraza. Or what is his name? Yeah, Peraza. Yep. So basically what it's saying is that most of these batters have faced this pitcher and they've gotten hits off of him. Okay, let me go back. All right, so this dude has a decent Keeps it close versus Schmidt. Okay, late innings, heavy favorite. So what it's saying is that the pitching is decent with this guy. He does have a decent ERA to start, but the bullpen is where the threat is at for the Yankees. Plus, like I mentioned, the batters for the Yankees are also much better. Also, they need basically what it's saying here also is that the Angels need a 7-inning shutout, okay, in order for them to even have a chance because of the bullpen and because of the hitters. So the model shows a 66 win probability for the Yankees, and the line of -170 reflects that. I was able to get this. I'm going to tell you straight up. I went straight up with the Yankees on the money line. I was able to get them pretty, not I wouldn't say too cheap, but I was able to find them at like a -158 or something like that. So it's saying the superior bullpen and the stronger batting should take this game for the Yankees. Plus, they've already beat them twice in the last couple of days. All right. Let me get into the batter props. So Freddie Freeman. Okay, so I just hooked you guys up with two of them, like I mentioned. Mariners -1 and the Yankees money line. All right, let me get into this. We're going to look at one batter here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these three guys I can already see, these three right here, we had them yesterday and they got a hit for us. So that's good. That's already starting solid. All right. So the way I look at this is the last 10 games of what they've played. This is who they went against, all this stuff. None of this really matters. What really does matter is the average right here. So this is the average against this pitcher. It's called a split. So he's faced this pitcher. Where is this? Sorry, this is reversed. This should be at bats 4 and then the hits 3. So he's hitting at a very high rate, is what I'm trying to say here. But anyways, okay, let me just kind of, I'm trying to explain it to you as I'm looking at it, and it's a little bit confusing. But basically, this is just the last 10 games of data. Some of the batters don't have data for the last 10 games. All that means is that they have not faced this pitcher. Okay. So if you see a bunch of zeros over here, don't let that scare you. That just means they have not faced this pitcher. So we use something called outlier to confirm this stuff anyway. But basically, Freddie Freeman looks very solid. If you look at this last 10 games right here, he's gotten a hit 80% of the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of this, and then I'm going to look at Corey Seager. So I like to highlight it just like this, just to kind of take a glance. 80% hit rate. He's gotten a hit pretty much every game. Some games he's gotten 3 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits. So I like this. Plus he's faced this pitcher 12 times and he's gotten 3 hits. These say that there's no pitcher data. Okay, that's all that's saying. So the two on the top, they've faced this pitcher before. These that I'm about to show you say that they have not faced the pitcher. So let me just get into it. Jose Ramirez from the Cleveland Guardians, 100% hit rate. Okay, this dude has 100% hit rate in the last 10 games. All right, hold on. So what I'm looking at right here is these batters to get 1 hit. This, I don't like it. I can already see that in the last 4 games, he's only gotten 2 hits. I don't like to see that. He did get a hit yesterday, so I do like that, but I want to be a little bit weary about that, just keeping that in mind. And he's actually missed for us in the past. So look at this guy. He got 2 hits. We only needed him to get 1 hit. He actually got 2 hits yesterday, just like I showed in my slips. So I'm keeping that dude here. Kyle Tucker got a hit for us yesterday, 90% or 80% hit rate. He actually got 2 hits, just like I showed earlier. Yesterday, we only needed him to get 1 hit. And then Julio Rodriguez actually got 3 hits. Just like I mentioned, he went against Washington. He got 3 hits. So he's definitely solid. All right. So now what I want to do is the last step I'm going to do here. So pretty much what I did so far is I looked at the last 10 games for these batters. They're supposed to get 2 hits. And I filtered them out to make sure that they're getting at least 1 hit in the last 8 games. So all of these batters have matched that criteria. Now I go on to Outlier. And inside of Outlier, go to the link in the description or send me a DM or a comment on this video. So let me go into this. I'm going to go into outlier. I'm going to go to hits, and I'm going to start just doing one research at a time. So this is Freeman. Freddie Freeman. And remember, all I want is for this guy to get one hit. So you can see, just like I mentioned, it's the same exact data that I just showed over here, but now I'm just confirming it over here. So he's gotten pretty much 80% hit rate in the last 10. He's gotten pretty much 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 1 hit in the last 4. So he's gotten 5 hits in the last 4. He averages about 5 at bat. So he's saying here that it's exceeded this 1 hit 12 of the last 15 games, which is massive. Let me pull this out a little bit. And then he's going against this guy, Cleveland, which is Kershaw. And I know it's hard to see this, but his average is a 7.5. So this is very, very, very detailed. What I'm trying to show here is that he's very solid to get a hit. His odds are pretty high at 275. You can either put them together with somebody else of the 2 teams I just showed you, or you can do them individually. I like to do them individually if they're under 300. And then if they're over 300, I like to put them together. So I like Freddie Freeman to get 1 hit. All right, let's go to the next guy. Corey Seager. Corey Seager to get 1 hit. Look at this. Average ERA is 3.31 against the pitcher. That's not good. That's actually very solid ERA. However, look at his overall picture here. 80% hit rate. If you do the math right here, how many hits he's gotten, it's a lot. In the last 10 games, he's gotten 3, 4, 5. Overall, that's a lot. That's over 10 hits in the last 10 games. 4 to 5 times at bat. And like I mentioned, I don't like the fact that it's a 3.31 average. But, okay, now I see something that I don't like. Corey Seager, the last time that he bat was on the 10th of May. You can see the date right here. So the 10th of May. I don't like this. Plus, he's facing a decent pitcher. So what this tells me right off the bat, it's telling me that this guy has not played. He was either injured or something like that. I'm not going to go through all the try to figure that out. It's not worth my time. So what I'm going to do is just skip this guy. Okay, that's what I do. I don't force anything. You shouldn't either. So I'm skipping that guy. Let's go to Jose Rodriguez as the next guy. So this is the guy I showed you is it Jose Ramirez? Jose Ramirez, yeah. Let me close out Discord. So, okay, this dude, like I mentioned, this dude was getting a 100% hit rate. He sees the plate about 4 times, and he's gotten 1 hit at least, sometimes 2 hits, sometimes 3 hits. Most of the time, he gets between 1 and 2 hits. He's facing the same pitcher that I mentioned earlier, which is Kershaw, 7.5 ERA. That's a very bad ERA. This is a very massive stat right here, too, is that Ramirez is showing 3 at-bats, and he's gotten 2 hits. So not only is he hitting at 100% hit rate in the last 10 games, when he's faced his pitcher, he's gotten 2 hits in the last 3 times at bat. That's a almost 77%, is it? It's not telling me here. So anyways, it's a massive advantage for Jose Ramirez to get 1 hit. Let's go to the next guy. So let's take out his odds. You can see FanDuel about 280. It goes all the way down to 370. So that's another thing I like to see, is that if one book has pretty cheap, and then you have other books that are more and more and more expensive, then that's very good. That's a very good sign if you have access to that book, because what that's telling you, there's a lot of value for this batter still. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's go to hits. Good morning. No matter what, you're my guy. Cool, man. Thanks, Sergio. Yeah, somebody was commenting. I don't know if they were just trying to talk shit or if they were serious about the showing my units and all that stuff. I'm literally showing all my slips at the end, so I don't understand what the big deal is, but it is what it is. All right, here we go. Elliot Ramos. You can see this is what I meant right here. I don't like to see this at all. You see the last 2 games right here, there was a gap. He did get a hit right here. I think we took him on this day, and he didn't get a hit for us. Plus, he missed the next game after that. And then you can see it's not a very strong graph. Check out this graph. Check out this graph right here to get 1 hit compared to this graph. Okay. Plus, he's facing a decent pitcher over here. I don't like this. I'm going to skip this guy. Elliot Ramos is getting skipped. Now we got this guy got a hit for us yesterday, Santiago Espinal. Let me go back. This dude got a hit for us yesterday. Actually, he was supposed to get 1 hit for us. He got 2 hits. Actually, we only need him to get 1 hit. Doesn't matter. As you see right there, he's got 2 hits. Overall, decent odds that we can get there. He's facing. This is a good pitcher actually for KC. Innings pitched. This dude has a less than 1 ERA, which is amazing. Okay, I don't like that. He did go to bat between 5 times, 2 times here. I don't like that he's facing this strong pitcher and there's no data to back it up to tell me if I should go or not. Plus, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm going to skip this guy. If you guys want to look at him, that's cool. I'm going to skip it. The reason I'm skipping it is because the pitcher that he's facing, there's no data to show if he's strong against him or not. But not only that, the pitcher himself is very, very strong with an under 1 ERA. Like I mentioned earlier, the lower the ERA, the better for the pitcher. So I'm staying away from that. So here we go. Kyle Tucker is next. And now I got one more. Kyle Tucker. This dude got a hit for us yesterday. He was supposed to get 2 hits. He did get 2 hits, but we only needed him to get 1 hit. Okay, you can see he goes all the way to almost minus 300, which is good. Let's see. He's facing this guy, Gordon, which is decent. He's got a decent ERA, not good, not bad. He has not faced this pitcher at all. So that's still good. So again, like I mentioned, he has not faced this pitcher at all, but this guy's not as strong as the other guy. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, 4 to 5 times at bat. The Cubs, I showed a lot of details in the last couple of days about the Cubs. These dudes are massive. Like they get a lot of hits. They're like 1 or 2 in OPS, meaning they get on base a lot. So that's why this dude, you can see he's getting on base. Or I'm sorry, he's facing the plate between 4 and 5 times average. The reason that is because the Cubs in general are getting a lot of hits. So anyways, they got a Suzuki, they got a Happ, they got a bunch of batters up there. So anyways, I like this one again. I'm going to take Kyle Tucker. And I'm going to go right back and show you the 4 real quick after this. So let me see this right here. The last one is going to be Rodriguez right here. So these are the guys I'm going with. I'll go back and show you guys. But basically, I'm going to look at this last guy, Julio Rodriguez. So the only little iffy thing about Julio Rodriguez, he's just like Aaron Judge. He gets a lot of home runs. So they tend to walk him. So that's an extra risk that you need to be aware of, because if he gets walked, that means he gets less of a chance to get a hit, and they still count it as no hit. So like I mentioned here, this is it, man. I don't even have to go further than this. Check this out. He got 3 hits right here. He's going up against this horrible 12.25 ERA. This guy Kirby just sucks. You can see he's got a record of 0-1. So the last time out he lost, and his ERA is just trash. That's why we're fading him today too. So we're fading the team, we're fading this pitcher, we're fading the bullpen. This dude, if they don't walk him, he should be solid. All right. So that's it, guys. So let me go right back and explain exactly what I did. I'm going with the Mariners at a -1. I explained why. I'm going with the Yankees straight up. I'm going with Freddie Freeman to get 1 hit. I'm going with Jose Ramirez to get 1 hit. I'm going with Kyle Tucker to get 1 hit. And then I'm going with Julio Rodriguez to get 1 hit. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Put it in the comments. If you're on any other channel besides YouTube, come to YouTube and type in the word Beast Sports Picks, and then make sure you follow. Also, if you're on YouTube yourself right now, make sure you subscribe. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, so there's also something inside the description as well, and in the pinned comment as well. It's going to be the link so that you can check us out for free. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe. There's a link. There's links in the description there. Like I said, I'm not going to get too much into detail like I used to as far as like pushing anything else. So I do appreciate you guys that are here live. I give you guys a lot of value. 4 batters, two plays, and let's keep crushing it, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all.